Okay, welcome back to the deep dive.
Good to be here.
So today we're digging into some source material you shared with us. It's from Boericke's Homeopathic Materia Medica,
That's right. Specifically, the section on Antimonium, Sulphuratum, Auratum.
which also has that common name, golden sulphuret of antimony.
Exactly. Golden sulphuret of antimony.
So our plan is basically to unpack what this text actually tells us about it, what it says it's used for.
And right away, Boericke lists a few key areas. Chronic nasal and bronchial issues, what he calls catarrh.
Right, like inflammation, mucus.
Yeah. And also acne and something called amaurosis.
Amaurosis. That's a type of blindness, right? Where the eye looks okay externally.
Precisely. Blindness without a visible lesion in the eye itself. So quite a range already.
What really jumps out, though, is the level of detail in the symptoms described. It's not just general stuff.
No, not at all. Like, look at the nose and throat section. It lists nosebleed on washing.
Yeah, I saw that. On washing. That's incredibly specific, isn't it?
It really is. Makes you wonder about the observation behind it. Who noticed that pattern?
Exactly. And there's more there, too, like increased mucus, a feeling like it's scraped or raw.
Loss of smell sometimes, and this metallic taste. The text actually uses the word styptic.
Styptic, like something that would start bleeding. Astringent, almost.
Yeah, that kind of metallic puckering sensations. Quite a distinct description.
So that covers the sort of upper respiratory area. Then it moves down, right, into the chest.
It does. Starts with a tickling in the larynx, the voice box.
Okay.
Then more mucus, a feeling of fullness down in the bronchi, the main airway.
And difficult breathing.
Yeah.
Pressure, constriction. That sounds uncomfortable.
Definitely. And the mucus itself is described as tough, stringy, both in the larynx and the bronchi.
Tough and stringy, okay. And the cough.
Described as dry and hard. But then it gets even more specific.
How so?
Well, the source points to congestion specifically in the upper lobe of the left lung.
Wow, okay. Not just the lungs, but upper left lobe. That's precise.
And then there's this note about winter coughs.
Ah, yes, the sore all over bit.
Exactly. Patient is sore all over with a winter cough. It paints a very particular picture.
It really does. And it mentions pneumonia, too. Something about the lung after.
Yeah. After the lung tissue has solidified hepatization, it's called, but it hasn't resolved properly. Post-pneumonia resolution issues, basically.
So a very distinct respiratory profile overall. What about the skin? That was mentioned at the start.
Right. It's a shorter section in the text, but still specific. It lists acne.
Just acne generally.
Well, specifically pustular acne. So the kind with pus-filled spots.
Okay.
And also itching, but again, localized. Only on the hands and feet, according to this source.
Hands and feet itching, pustular acne. It feels like the respiratory symptoms got more attention in this entry, maybe?
Seems that way, just based on the length of the descriptions here, yeah.
So to recap the key things from this Boericke entry, we've got that nosebleed on washing, the metallic taste.
The tough mucus, the tickling larynx, the very specific upper left lung congestion.
That sore all over feeling with winter coughs, potential use after pneumonia.
And finishing with the pustular acne and the itching on hands and feet.
And these are all details pulled directly from the text you shared.
Correct, from Boericke's description of Antimonium, Sulphuratum, Auratum.
And it even gives a dosage, second or third trituration, it says.
Right. Trituration being that process of grinding the substance, usually with lactose, to prepare and dilute it. Standard homeopathic preparation method.
So thinking about all these points together, it's quite a collection, isn't it?
It is.
You've got these very specific, almost quirky symptoms like the nosebleed trigger or the exact lung location, or being sore all over but tied to a winter cough.
Right. And the metallic taste, the hand and foot itching.
It does make you wonder, reading this source, what kind of observational process linked all these seemingly disparate, a nosebleed from washing, left lung issues, soreness with winter cough, specific acne under this one single substance?
Yeah. How did they correlate these specific findings to golden sulphuret of antimony? The source presents it as a cohesive picture, but the underlying process for arriving at that picture, well, that's something to think about.
That level of detail and the way it's all woven together in the text, definitely food for thought.
Indeed.
Well, that seems to cover the main points from the excerpts you provided on Antimonium, Sulphuratum, Auratum. Thanks for sharing this source for our deep dive today.
You're welcome. Always interesting to explore these historical texts.